What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Third Gen Junkies. You know who it is, Chris. Same old, same old. So, got a couple parts I got to pull off of this here Teal car. So, on this video, show you guys, well, it's going to kind of be hard to show you how to remove these since this is all twisted and trash. But, yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to remove the rear hatch / deck lid, and also how to go about getting the door ground off the proper way. So you're gonna need an assortment of tools for this job. I have all my Milwaukee, my hand tools, my Milwaukee ratchets and sawzalls and all that, but you don't need the sawzalls and don't need the impacts, whatever. You need hand tools, you're gonna need an assortment of torques, you're gonna need screwdrivers, you're gonna need an assortment of small sockets and large sockets. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. It's not very hard, but it is just a tutorial type of video on how to go about removing some stuff without really trashing everything. And I'm actually gonna start tearing this car apart here in a minute. Probably not today, maybe tomorrow, depending upon how things go. So gonna need a Phillips screwdriver. I got my Milwaukee. So right here on your deck lid on both sides, you're gonna have 2 Phillips head screws. You want to pull them off. Each side there's 2, so you want to pull these off. And that's going to release your steel portion, which is this portion here. I do believe there's another screw. I think these hatch lifts are actually good. I cannot remember. I do believe there is under this plastic right here, which is where all this glass is. Where the glass is falling all over the place. I think there might be another piece. If not, I think it's glued. It might just be glued. I'm pretty sure it's just glued. Yeah, just glued because it just popped off right there. And then you're gonna need, move that out of the way. I probably should have took the hatch shocks off first, but that's all right. It's a little bent out of shape. It's not bad. It can still be used. Race car drivers, guys that have really fast cars, use these. But that thing is junk. So yeah, I'm probably just gonna scrap it. But yeah, you're gonna need, it's like a 7mm to pull the hatch strut. And I would figure the 7 is not there. Let's try this 7 and see. Small ratchet. See, I don't know why I'm doing this by hand when I have I don't use these tools a whole lot, but it's either a 7 or an 8, and looks like I was wrong. It's an 8mm. So ice everywhere. Grab the 8. I still have the screws in my hand from that part, which I plan on putting back. But Well, I don't feel like playing with it. I should have just grabbed the one Milwaukee, but whatever. Get under here, crack this guy loose. As you can see, just unscrew it from there. This plug is for Dura defrost, which obviously we don't need. And then you just pop this off from the side. That, and then go do the same on the other side. Pull this guy. There's that guy. Just like that. Decklid is off the car. And unbeknownst to most people, everybody swears that the glass is the heaviest part on the hatch of these cars. Sadly, they're mistaken. There was a dent there, there's a long scratching dent there, and there's a dent here. But I think he was just playing. He was gonna play with it, so it's not that big of a deal. Wow, the gray thing isn't trash, surprisingly. Ooh, I don't know if Ryan's gonna want it now. It's kind of rusty. But I gotta pull these plugs and pull the 3-piece spoiler off of it. Put these back in it. Yeah, these freaking steel, man. Everybody thinks that these things are so heavy because of the damn glass, and they're sadly mistaken. This steel right here is extremely heavy, and then underneath here is a plate that sandwiches the glass between the deck lid and this piece of steel that's also glued on, and it's extremely heavy. The glass is heavy, don't get me wrong. I'll tell you one thing, this glass is nowhere near as heavy as the steel decklid. This decklid is pretty heavy. So I'm gonna pull this off. I wonder why I was having such an issue. And everybody always tightens these down just like this one corner for some reason, and they crack them. And then they crack them right here. I don't know why. And also, nobody knows how to put them on correctly. But here's a good piece of trim in pretty good shape. I'll put the screws right there so they don't get lost. Hey, look, a brick. I wonder what that's doing down in there. Probably the one that busted the damn back window out. Because people are stupid. It's funny, these things feel like they're actually in good shape, but I would be hard pressed to sell them to somebody not knowing the true condition of them unless I were to put them on one of my cars just to see if they work or not, because usually they have a lot more stress than that. They're stiff like this one. I don't know. See, I mean, it pushes back, but it's really slow. This one, I mean, this one's probably good, because that thing is hard as hell to push. But yeah, I have the keys for all this stuff. I have the deck lid, the hatch stuff, pulling the spoiler off I'll probably do later, because I'll probably pull all three. That means removing that piece, which is one long piece on the driver's side, to get all that apart, and I don't feel like messing with it right now. So I'm gonna pull the spoiler off, just set it up there, and then when I retarp it, it'll be fine. But for that, I'm gonna use my try my new trusty I need a screwdriver or something to pop these out, the plugs out with real quick. It's a 10mm on these, so take these off. Most of the time, a lot of times they do break. Nothing you really do about it, and look at that. Seems so. God. And they usually do have that black, this stuff like caulk shit they use from the factory around them. You just pull it off. And I'll just put the bolts back on the spoiler once I get it off. And I'm pretty sure more than likely, once I send Orion some pics, I don't know if he's going to want this thing. It might just be scrap metal at this point. I don't know. See what he says. Take some pictures. Send it to him. I think he was just going to play with it or see something about it. So I don't think he really doing anything with it. Okay, so here's one of those ones that you're gonna have the issue with. It's where the actual stud, instead of the nut coming off, they always do it on the end, and I don't know why, but instead of the nut coming off, it came out of the actual spoiler. For some reason the center ones don't do it, but the end ones do. See, this one came out without a problem. Grab all these nuts and plugs. Now just see, just like that. But as you can tell, the fiberglass gave way right here. And it just spun the stud clean out. Plus I didn't notice that. It also has a nice crack that I didn't see, and it wasn't even a crack, it looks like a scrape, but there it is. That's kind of cool. It was made in Canada, but whatever. Also, it is a 3-piece damaged, and I know there are fiberglass guys out there that can fix stuff like that, so I'm not really tripping about it. One of the nuts was missing, and this one, there's a way you can get it off. You have to grab it with, because if I try to take it off like this, it's literally just going to spin. So you just grab a set of pliers, grab a hold of the stud, and then crank it off of there. See? Well, it looks like this one is not coming off of the deck lid. Guess it'll just stay on there then. I don't care. And this, oh, on the back of the car. And then, let's see. These plugs probably won't even stay on. It's so rusted. It's ridiculous. Alright. And then the inside, to take these off, these go straight through into the glass. And the only way really to remove them is the inside. There's 13 millimeters. And the inside, and I usually use a gun. So I usually grab the little guy, grab the 13. Seat drag up. Let's see. Seat never wants to stay forward the way it's supposed to. Never has, never does, not in these cars. Pull that guy off, that guy off, and this guy off. Oops. God damn it. And that guy off. And that's it. Put a third brake light on for the inside of the car. Roadmaster 6x9s. Funny. Wonder what's under the dash pad. Stuck. Put those up there. And then this, I'll just pull right out. And this is scrap metal, but it has glass in it, and I really don't want to get the glass everywhere, so now I'm going to put it here. Because I'm not going to reuse those. I thought I'd be able to use them. I don't care. They're bent. Whatever. I got to get that to a buddy. And then, yeah. Alright guys, so we're back. Had to get a fresh battery. My batteries. And so now you're going to need your assortment of pop-out tools, Torx bits, and whatnot, yada yada yada. Because I'm basically done with that. I probably will pop these off and pull the hatch shut. So back to what I was saying. Now we're going to get into the door panel, interior door panel removal. So what you're going to need is assortment of Torx bits. This one's kind of shot, so is this one. It's kind of twisted, but it works. And the big one for the door pull. And you're going to need I think it's 10 mil and a screwdriver. The rest of the stuff I'm not sure if you really need, whatever. But yeah, so we're gonna get into this real quick. Usually this is easier to do with the window down. Only problem is I have to put a battery in this, and I'm pretty sure that even if I put a battery in it, more than likely nothing is going to happen at all, because I don't believe the power wire is hooked up to anything interior wise or any of that. A lot of this stuff is just, I mean, there's just shit everywhere. I mean, like, here's supposedly the power wire, and I guess it's part of the loom, which is garbage. But I guess this is probably the ground, or no, this looks like it loops into this, and this was the positive. So I'd have to do a whole bunch of bullshit just to get power to the inside, and I don't feel like messing with it. So I'll show you guys how to do this shit without even doing all that. So like I said, you need your assortment of Torx. First thing you're going to want to do is take your arm pulls off, and that's usually the big one. Just start up top, pull this guy out. I usually leave them in. They back out far enough that you can take them out of the door. You can usually see it has a resistance point here, and it's still, and then all of a sudden it's boop, it just gets real easy like that. You can pull them all the way out. I just usually leave them in there because then you don't lose them. And then down here, there's one here and one here. I'm gonna take and feel around in there. And pull this guy out. I know a lot of people actually have the bits to actually do this with a gun, but I have not acquired them yet. I do have possibly some money coming soon to where I can acquire some more stuff for my Milwaukee stuff, which would be awesome. But you get to that point where there's no resistance like that, and then just wiggle it, and it'll come right off. And like I said, these ones are in good shape. They're not all separated out. They're a little bit separated right here in the middle, but they're in really good shape. They're just dirty, so these will clean up and get sold. Next, here I want a medium-sized one. It's either this one or this one. I think this one's a little bit smaller, because for some reason none of this stuff, none of them has sizes on them. I don't know what this one does, T15. But you're gonna want to, easiest way to figure out which are real screws and which are not. Almost all third gens, they have fake screws that are plastic, and then they have ones that are metal. This is how you can tell. See the rust, see the rust, see the rust, see the rust, 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 plastic, 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 plastic. So don't stick them in there and strip out the ones that don't have rust, because if you do, it is just a waste of time, and then you're making your interior look like shit. So you want to go ahead and pull the ones out that have the rust on them. So it looks like there's 2, 4, 6. Like this. Oh, a little tight. Somebody drove this car in a dusty area, like gravel roads, because there's a lot of gravel. And wow, it's like a rust hole straight through right here behind this kick panel, where it looks like they have a whole bunch of wires and it looks like they hacked into some shit, which probably was a VATS bypass, because that's where the vehicle anti-theft system, VATS, is. If you guys didn't know what that was, what I meant by that. Yeah. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this lock piece out, pull it to the side. Don't start yanking on it, because that's not all of them. You pull that to the side like so. There's one more hidden right here. I don't think this has ever been off, because that was quite tight. And these are all the same size, length, all the screws except for the one that goes behind it. And the one that goes behind it is actually a hair longer, I mean a hair shorter. That's this guy here. Set those on the floor for right now. And then how this works is you have to pull the door handle up a little bit towards you, and it slides. There's little tabs that slide behind everything. I'll try to get this back behind here at an angle, or if you can get right here and get on it and pop it, which Sounded like it did, but it didn't. I don't know why these things are such a pain. And I'm pretty sure this thing has never been off the car. Okay, I think I got it. Not totally sure. Got the screwdriver into the plastic behind where the plastic and the rod go, and got it to separate a little bit, but it's not cooperating. So what I'll do is boy, oh boy, you are gonna fight me and make me look stupid on this video. Okay. What are these from? There's two of these little rubber things. I don't know where they came from. That's weird. Oh, they're flash pieces that came off of the door post. But yeah. So, well, there we go. Once you pop it off the back, and you can pull it off the front. See, this is the design I was telling you about. This stud here goes into that hole, and you have to pop it off here, and then pry it and kind of pop it off there. And then comes the fun of getting this out of here without destroying anything, being that it's, like I said, 30-year-old plastic. Why was it so much easier to do this when I actually worked on a car instead of taking it apart? There's that. And this I normally just set back in here, and this I don't care about. I mean, it's broken. It's a manual mirror and whatever. I don't care. So that I'll set down here, which will probably get kicked around later, and all these screws will get lost, and yeah. Even though I bag and tag stuff a lot of times, sometimes I don't. I just do that. All right, so next order of business, to get the door panel off, is you want to use your flat tool here, your like prying tool. I have plastic ones and I have this one, but you just want to slide it behind there and feel down until you feel pressure, and then you want to slide it to where the push pin is and pull up on the push pin, and you can barely see, but there's a push pin there. A lot of times they will break, but you want to try to get underneath it and pry it all the way up, and you have to do this all the way around. It's just like a newer car, with all the plastic push pins and shit that hold everything together. I'm not totally sure how many there are, but I do know that you can usually pry up just a little bit and you'll feel the tension of where it's at, and then once you do that, you can feel it all the way around. So you'll get to one, and then you'll see like that one popped out really easily. Sometimes if you're really careful and you pay attention to where they are and you use your tool properly, you can actually get under every single one of these without breaking them. And what'll happen is the push pins won't be destroyed, so that if you sell them to someone, they don't have to replace them. But you literally just work your way around it, all the way around until you feel tension. Pull out a little bit to where it slides out a little bit, and then get underneath it and pop it. as I have snow falling on me as I'm doing this. And the one back here in the corner is kind of a pain, but you can get under that one too, just like that. And then also there's some on the side right here by the hinge. That's usually the one that gets torn, and it sucks because that's the one that you don't want to tear out of the cardboard, because if you can save the cardboard, and even like how this carpet is dirty, it can be shampooed. So then you do the same thing, you slide up till you feel the spot where the tension is, and you want to, sometimes you can get away with just popping it out with your fingers and you won't destroy it. But there's one there and there's one up here, and usually it's this one that doesn't cooperate and it rips out of the cardboard. And then there's also another one that's right here at the top. It's a pain. And actually all of them came out very well. Now, once you get to that point, alright guys, so like, I don't know, an hour later, got the door panel off, but just goes to show you that not everybody's patient either. I definitely ain't. So these stupid ass little clips that are right here. What? Back to what I was saying. So you have three here, 1, 2, and 3. These are those stupid little twist things that I tell you, and everybody always rips the panel out of the door right here and whatever. And yes, you can loosen these up. You can turn them like this, and you can slide it back in. You can Gorilla Glue the hell out of it and then put it back on. And I destroyed one of the clips right here, and I really don't care because I couldn't get them off the right way. If the window was down, you could easily get to where right here this one and this one and this one is, and you can stick a screwdriver in there and you can pop them off. It's easy. Well, yeah, that didn't happen. I got pissed off. I had it 3/4 of the way off. I couldn't get to the middle clip right here, and I just snatched the one end, this end here. Ended up it ripped out on its own. When I pulled up on the plastic, it ripped out, and I was like, screw it, and I just pulled it all out. I just pulled the whole door panel out of the top plastic trim, said screw it, and that's the end of it, whatever. And if the other one does the same, I really don't care, because 90% of the time this is the way you find them anyways. And when you buy these from Huck's 3rd Gen redone, or from wherever the hell, Classic Industries, they don't come with the top trim piece anyways. Or if you buy them from somebody local like me, same thing. They're all tore out 90%. There's nothing you can do about it. So let's get it on with these stupid ground effects. So yes, this has not been taken apart, because obviously you can tell that it still has the stock weather, whatever the hell, this water barrier plastic shit in here. God, they glue this shit on. They don't make it to where they don't come off at all. Ugh. See what all is in here. So with the door ground effects, you have this one little weird wing nut thing here, acorn nut. It never comes off. It gets completely destroyed. It's got a whole bunch of little lines in it. You usually take a hammer and a screwdriver and just, you know, pick it apart little by little and just break it and pull it off, because they never come off. There's one on each end, and then the rest of your bolts that you need to take off, or your nuts, I should say, not bolts, are down in these holes. That's usually I tear some shit off it. Just gets in my damn way. Yeah, you can see down in there, there's a 10 there. There should be a 10 here. Down in the hole. Oh, there's a 10 down in there. And I don't know why I'm sitting on the snow when I have pieces of big plastic that I can sit on. There should be a 10 in this one. and a 10 in this one. Yep, and I do believe there's a 10 in this one. So we're gonna need some. I don't actually think there's one in this one. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Can't see in there. Can you guys see in there? I don't know, I can't see in there. I'm blind. Let's see. Let me get the flashlight. Trusty Milwaukee. And look. I don't see anything. So, the one thing that I do suggest with pulling door ground effects off or any sort of ground effects is if you are going to use battery powered or electric or whatever, to take them off, I would highly suggest that you break them loose by hand first, or use a regular ratchet to take them loose first, because as usual these things are, I guess it's not a 10. What is it, a retarded 11? Well, whoa, ice. Well, I don't have an 11, so let's see if a 12 will work. But yeah, I'd suggest using a hand ratchet to break them loose first. And as usual, why me? Yeah, it's an 11. Or might be a 7/16, who knows? But I know I can't use that because not long enough. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, probably 2 o'clock by now. 7/16, that'll work. So crack it loose by hand and then pull it off. Bad part is you have no room to get in here, grab your hardware once it's all the way off, and if you drop it, you're kind of screwed, because these are aluminum. They're not metal, they're not steel, so if you drop it, it's basically gone. And that's the other problem too, is you can't pull them out of there. I mean, I do have a as usual, I'll take something off so I can see, and it just gets in my way again. So what I'll do is, one of two things, I'll just pull the whole ground effect off of the door and let them fall and then fish for them. But I have this super cool old tool that I've had like forever. All you old heads don't know what it is. If I can find it. My stuff. And then here it is. The grabby tool. Just third gen junkie doing third gen junkie things, as always. Alright, so spread that thing out, reach in there and grab it. See if I can grab it anyway. Yeah, come on. It won't fall off the stud. It won't let me grab it. This one. What? No. Come on. Alright, that's just gonna get on my goddamn nerves. So, let's see what this thing does. Holy shit, it's the first one I've ever gotten off. All the cars I've parted and I've never gotten one of these off. It's a little acorn nut. And they usually get so rusted you have to split it right here in these little rings. Split them open to pull them off because they're just gone. Like this one might not come off. Yeah, see, this one's so rusted it ain't gonna come off. So when that happens, we take, what I do is take a pair of side cutters and you start chiseling away at it, kind of like this. And then usually it'll just deteriorate to nothing because 90% of these cars that I get are rusty shit boxes. Yep, see, all of it just shattered for the most part. And then it's funny because usually this one isn't the bad one. This is the one I can usually get off. It's usually the other one that I have a problem with. Just do like that. Chisel that away a little bit. And then, oh, that's nice. Looks like part of it got chipped off because it was already loose. But come on. Why is this car fighting me so much? I don't understand this. I've been taking these damn cars apart for years and I've never had this much fight out of a fucking car. It's got that little chip out of the corner. See, there again, I don't know if Mr. Worley's going to want them. Because he is somewhat of a perfectionist. So, taking chip away at this just a hair more. And then I think a few tabs should pop out. Maybe not. Oh. How do I do this? Well, we just like wiggle and jiggle it and break it loose a little bit. Looks like the hardware, backing hardware is in really good shape. Just got that one little chip out of the corner. I just need to chip away this a little bit more. And since the tip of these cutters are broken, breathe. Oh, look at there. I've seen it turn. See, there you go. Got it off. And there it is. Like so. Yeah, it looks like the corner got just a hair chipped. I know Mr. Worley can work his magic on it, and the hardware looks to be good. Besides this, I didn't do that. That was like that. I don't know what the hell happened there, but I need to get the nuts out of the door. And then, oh, dropped it. Back down there. Alright. So, that, guys, is, for the most part, how you go about removing door panel, door ground effects from 82 to 92 third gen Camaro. This he can fix. I'm pretty sure he just wanted the hardware anyways. But yeah, so I mean, that's basically how you remove door panel and door ground effects from 82 to 92 Chevy Camaro. Like I said, it is a hell of a lot easier when the window is down to be able to reach in there with like a pick that has a hook on it to get up under these tabs right here and to pop them loose. And I don't know how I did that one, but I guess I broke one and it fell in. But yeah, so I mean, that's basically it. And then yeah, that's it for the video. 82 to 92 Chevy Camaro, decklid removal, and I'm gonna take this off and test it and look at the housing and see how good it looks and see if it's cracked and check it out. It's weird that this is a V6 car. That's a 91, when the 91, 92 should have the all-tem looking one, not this one. It's the all-tem meaning the brown housing, and this is a 5 of a 90. So this is an early 90. So technically, I guess this was a latter year. That's why I got the Euro ground effects and all that. It's just, it's an odd car, but that'll get taken off and tested and probably be sold. So that's probably gonna do it for this video, guys. I know this has been kind of a long video, and I know it's been troublesome, and yeah, but the one thing is that's how third gens are, man. I mean, that's how it goes. Oh yeah, and these things right here, these guys, come on, get off of there. Oh, almost fell over. These guys, I don't know why, but Black Magic doesn't have them. And since this is a parts car and I keep forgetting to grab them off the other parts cars when I go to do stuff, I'm gonna take them off of this car. Come on, door. Yep, it's got both of them on this side too. So I'm gonna pull these off. Looks like he was drilling the rivets out for the door ground effects, which you don't need to do, or the bottom ground effects. Whoever had this car before I got it departed out. But yeah, these, need to take these in the house, wash them, and get them ready for Black Magic. But yeah, as always, guys, like, subscribe, hit that share button. Sorry the video was so long, But yeah, I got to pull the other door panel off, and it's going to be a pain because the car is so close to the fence on that side. I'll probably end up destroying the door panel. Like I said, I don't care, whatever. But yeah, so I can get these parts to Mr. Worley. And as always, like, subscribe, hit that share button, share. Still got promo cars for sale. List is in the link on that video, the promotional car video, and all the prices are up to date as well as quantities. And like I said, push to 1,000 is still in full effect. So like, subscribe, hit that share button, share. Please hit that notification bell. As always, have a good day, and that's it.